Coach, how would you best describe those last several minutes down the stretch?
Rough. But with it being as rough as it was, with there not being a real rhythm to the game, the poise that these guys showed is just a mark of a team that continues to grow. To be able to withstand whatever was happening throughout the game and not lose our heads, to keep our cool for the most part, keep our poise, says a lot about the growth of a team that understands what we're trying to accomplish.
Jamal, you just mentioned it there, but is there anything about that poise that you have to manage, or is that something that the team now has matured enough to where they can handle that on their own?
I think our coaches do a tremendous job of talking to those guys when they come to the bench, letting them know the scenarios, the timeouts we have left, what they're looking to do, how they're looking to play, realizing how the game's being called so you're not overreacting to situations. I think our guys did a tremendous job of that. To be able to finish this game out, because there wasn't a real rhythm to the game. There wasn't a way to get a feel for what was happening for the most part. And I think our guys realized what the end goal was, and not to get caught up within, the 48 minutes of how it was being, how physical it was.
Coming out of the half, Jesse mentioned how you guys talked about how taking this game and looking at it as a playoff series. Mm-hmm. Was that kind of the conversation that you guys kind of mentioned, coming on the road, treating this like a playoff series?
Absolutely. And, Paulo mentioned it to the group in our film session. It is hard to win these games. You beat a team once, it's hard to do it the second time because of it is like a playoff series. There's adjustments being made. And that adjustment from them was get a little bit more physical, make it tough on them, start a bigger lineup so we can be a little bit more aggressive. And we combated that. And again, our guys' poise and maturity in these moments is going to be great for us down the line, because this is what we're going to continue to see. And we're not going to try to fight it. We're not going to avoid it. And we're going to play the way we play. And then teams are going to have to continue to do what they do.
Jamal, was it poise and maturity that got you guys through the number of turnovers and early fouls that you got to?
It had to be. Brooklyn did an incredible job of being physical, getting after the basketball, turning us over. And these are things that we'll go back and look at the film and understand how those turnovers happened. Some of it is because, you might get hit, but some of it's because we have to clean up our spacing. And those are little different situations that we'll have to look at on film to understand what we need to do as we continue to see these situations.
Everyone good? Thank you.
Thank you.
How would you describe the flow of this game?
It was rough. One of those games you got really dig deep, lock in. It was a messy game, so but we're built different. We know what we can do, and we did it. We locked in. We had some guys, in and out, foul trouble, all that, and it's a great team. They play really scrappy, and we found a way to win the game, and I'm really proud of the team.
In games like this, is there anyone on the bench or coaching staff that says something to the group, or how is that kind of address that?
Just everybody's involved. The guys, being out, Paulo, coming up to me, and saying something, touch each other, like make sure everybody's doing okay, being as close as we can in the tough times, and just everybody, every coach, coaching staff, players, everybody, it's like a family, so we really take care of each other.
Guys have said many times that every player on this team really enjoys playing defense. How good is it to know that when you're on the floor with your teammates that everyone's going to be committed to that end of the floor?
It's like a dream, for a player who loves to play defense, who loves to play the right way. Everybody loves to play the right way, and we know, if we don't play the right way, that's not what we do. We play defense. That's our game. We gotta play defense, and everybody has to lock in, has to buy into that, and everybody has done that so far. And I'm really proud. Your teammates got your back if you get blown by. Dell is there if Dell gets blown by. I'm there, or other guys, anybody. I get blown by. Franz is there. So, we really got each other's back, and it really showed tonight. It was a rough one to get.
Third quarter, it looked like you made a play or something, and then you got upset, like you had your hands on your head and went to the end of the bench, and then Jalen came over and talked to you. What happened with that?
Nothing. That's my brother. You know, if he's feeling some type of way, I make sure that he's doing all right. And if he feels like, you know, he needs to come over and, you know, support me, he came over and supported me. And this is my brother. You know, we really take care of each other. And you know, Jalen is a real dog. We don't call him dog. We call him wolf. He's different. He's really built different. He's the heart of this team, heart of this team's defense, and heart of this team's success.
What happened that had you so upset in the first place?
I wasn't upset. It's just the way I play. That's just me, you know, being really locked in and trying to get the win. And I truly care about this team and winning. So it wasn't like I wasn't mad. I was mad. I was just trying to win games.
All good?
Thanks.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Wendell, how would you best describe those last several minutes of the fourth quarter when you guys were able to pull away?
Just us being poised. You know, fortunately, this group has been in many situations for the past 3 years of late game situations. Had some playoff experience last year. We kind of understand what it takes, you know, kind of understanding the game, you know, understanding how the game is being called, or just paying attention on a little thing, how many timeouts you have, if you're in a bonus or not, you know, little things like that is very important down the stretch. I think we did a really good job of that tonight and keeping our composure.
There were a lot of fouls for both teams.
Yep.
It is what it is, but how physical was the game today?
I mean, for me, it wasn't as physical as any other game, in my opinion. It seemed more physical because they called more fouls. That's kind of our style of basketball, is to be physical. You know, we did a poor job of complaining a lot as a team, in my opinion. If we want to be one of those physical teams, we can't be physical and complain. You know, that's something I would take away from this game. Just continue to keep our composure, no matter if the fouls are going for us or not, because, I mean, they called 60 fouls tonight, so we got a lot of foul calls for us too. So that's the only thing I would say about this game.
What are those conversations like in the huddle when you guys are coming back in a timeout or something? You guys are trying to keep your composure at the moment. You know, a lot of different voices speak up. What are those conversations like?
You know, I definitely give a lot of credit to our vets and KCP and Kojo. They bring a sense of calmness when it comes to those situations. You know, KCP can't turn up sometimes when it comes to talk to the refs or whatever, but he kind of has that right. You know, been in this league for a long time, knows a lot of these referees personally. So, you know, that's one thing. But you know, as a group, you know, when someone kind of goes outside of our line, you know, we do a really good job of not just those two, but everyone's kind of pulling that person back in, whether that's Jay Suggs, whether that's me, or that's Goga. Like, we have a really good relationship where we're able to be real with one another and just tell each other, like, yo, you tripping right now, bro. Like, you know, it's just the first quarter. It's all go. It's just second quarter. Well, we're winning still. There's no reason to be mad. So that's the beauty of our group, is that we can have those conversations with one another.
Wendell, now that you've had a couple games of it, what changes for you when you're playing next to Goga versus when you're playing as like the 5?
Learning to stay spaced. You know, I got a tendency of running towards the basket on the offensive end, kind of clogging the paint a little bit. But you know, understanding that Goga is a roller. You know, when he sets screens, he's going to roll. Understanding that I have to stay spaced to give our guards room to get downhill. So that's kind of the biggest difference on the offensive end. And defensively, he's a guy who just, you know, he's a enforcer inside that paint. You know, he cleans up the glass really well, blocks a lot of shots. He's a competitor. So, you know, he makes that side of the ball very easy. You know, whenever I'm guarding quicker guards or things like that, you know, guys who like to spot up and shoot threes, me running them off the line, I know Goga will be behind me, and then I'll help him if he comes over to help me.
Do you feel like it's a little easier for you to let it rip from 3 when you're playing 4? Or you're a little more free to do that?
Yeah, for sure. You know, with Franz drawing so much attention and Jay Suggs, you know, when they get downhill, usually my man is the one to go. Because I haven't started the year off so well shooting from the 3, so you know, guys are, you know, leaving me open. So you know, the thing is just to let it rip. You know, as a group, you know, whenever we're open, just shoot it. So yeah, that's kind of how it's going right now.
Your defense has obviously been a hot topic of conversation amongst the entire team, but tonight you guys were, I think, just for the second time in franchise history, recorded at least 10 steals and 10 blocks.
Yep.
What does that say about the way you guys are playing as a collective on this?
Man, that's our identity. You know, we say that to each other going into training camp, that you know, that's one side of the ball that we can't control, because all that is effort and communication. And you know, all through our training camp, through our preseason, you know, that's all we focused on is defense. The offense will come. You know, we're all NBA players for a reason. We're all talented. We're going to have our hot nights. We're going to have our off nights. But defense is something that we can hang our hat on, and it travels. You know, every arena you go to, you may not like the rims, you may not like whatever the case may be, but defensively, you know, you can control that. You know, every game. So that's something we hang our hat on. And then whatever happens on the offensive end happens.
Is that pretty good? All right,